Do you think G-Man is a satire of Christianity? As a Christian myself, I'd like to know your response. And then he also asked, why do I think Ray Comfort is satire? And I'll give you the quick thing, and then I guess we can address G-Man specifically. I think that when you become a person who is outspoken in your realm of knowledge, whether that be Christianity or any other religion or anything, and you're consistently presented with a counter argument, and you're consistently involved in debates where you're proven wrong, you're provided with evidence against your claims, and you're still holding this view, and you're still trolling, basically, I think there's no way that he can't be a purveyor of satire, because he knows everything that we know. He knows all the arguments for atheism. I mean, he's debated people like Matt Dillahunty. I think he tried to take on Sam Harris as well. So I mean, he's touched or came in contact with most of the mainstream people that are very outspoken atheists, and I think that makes it impossible because he knows the position. He knows why we don't believe in that God. He knows why we don't accept those claims, and we're consistently telling him why he shouldn't either. But he still is. And he's doing things like the banana. I mean, come on. There's no way that you didn't know about the banana. There's no way.
No, I disagree with you to a degree. I don't doubt that there are satirists out there, but in some of them actually say that they are, which is very helpful for us to identify them. But I think you underestimate the power of the human mind.
The comfort zone. I mean, come on. You're calling... Look, he's taken on Einstein and said that he was an idiot because of his letters. He's went after Stephen Hawking. He went after... To be an honest person, I kind of have to assume that when someone is proposing an argument, it's an argument they actually believe. And I think it's actually to his detriment that he acts the way that he does. Because even if he makes money and has followers, he's the one that, like, if we argue against the things that he's saying, people that are listening to the argument will be exposed to how crappy his words are. That's the thing, though. I'm saying that he's always exposed to it.
No, I think him existing is more of a... His position, rather, existing, is more of a detriment to his lifestyle than it's a benefit right now. And I don't think he realizes that. And if he did, I think he would start becoming more lenient and changing his mind. That's what all the other religious people do, is they pretty much have to warp their beliefs to make them conform with reality. He doesn't. And I think it's because he honestly believes what he's saying. If he didn't, then he's just an idiot.
I swear I once saw a video, it was like an outtake, where he was trying to make the argument that an apple was like the perfect food. I swear I've seen this video. I have not been able to find it since then. But like he basically did two versions of it. One was the banana and one was the apple, and apparently he went with the banana. But at any rate, I don't know. I mean, it's Poe's law. I mean, you know, it's almost impossible to distinguish satire from people that actually believe this stuff. And I mean, you got to believe that at least some percentage of these people, like, you know, pastors or these creationists or things, you know, they're just in it for the money and they're selfish and they don't care what bad information they're putting out there or who they're hurting or whatever because they're just selfish. But, like, yeah, I don't know that, like, it would take a lot of effort to really to go to that extreme, you know? I mean, that takes a lot of effort and acting and putting on a show and, like, really... You have to commit yourself to really do that. I think that he's actually sincere and genuine about it as far as Ray Comfort goes. I just think that there's people out there that they just really are not going to be convinced by any sort of rational argument. They just believe what they believe and they don't care, and they don't want to be honest with themselves. They just want to believe what they want, and that's it. And as far as G-Man, I don't know. I'm not super familiar with him. I'm vaguely familiar with him, I guess. But I also don't think that he is trolling, because I know at one point he came out and said that he was an atheist for a few days. He was like, oh, I'm convinced, everybody changed my mind, I'm an atheist now. and he kind of did that for a few days or like a week or something, and then he came out and he was like, yeah, I'm just fucking with you guys. So, you know, he would be like a Poe within a Poe, I guess, if he was doing that shit. So taking it to a whole nother level.
But that's what I'm saying. These people that are having their beliefs confirmed by people, post-ception. These people that are having their beliefs confirmed by people like Ray Comfort is different than Ray Comfort himself, because he's constantly exposed, you know, to the upper echelon of knowledge, and his followers are not. They may be coming into contact with it, but they're also hearing him talk, so they're following it, and he's confirming what they believe. But him, he doesn't have anyone doing that. He's at the top, okay, and he's coming into contact with these people, and that's why I think that, you know, it's only a matter of time before you just can't believe it anymore. I mean, you've got some amount of reason is going to get through.
You're using your rationale, and like, no, I'm not even like insulting Ray, because I think he has completely like logically consistent reasons within his own mind of why he believes what he believes. What you're doing is you're kind of like projecting your own value of evidence, honestly, onto another person. And if you just don't care, and you make your basis God exists, and now let's start talking about it, then what he believes makes perfect sense.
Okay, but
so you can't say I have to assume that he's genuine.
But Ken Ham, were you there? I mean, can you really?
I think he thinks that is a jaw-dropping, brilliant comment, and I can understand why he thinks that, because he doesn't know better.
But he's been told better. He's been provided examples, you know, of how the "were you there" argument is not.
No, okay. So we all have one of these. Like, we all have something in our lives where someone says that it's wrong, or that it's not good music, or it's not a good movie or something. No matter what they tell you, it's going to just wash over you, because you're just going to be like, no, my reasons make perfect sense to me. We're just going to agree to disagree, or we're just going to never stop arguing about it.
I don't know. I think that "were you there" is like so preschool. It's kindergarten, man. And really, if you go back to the Bill and I debate, I have a book. Like, that has to be. That's such golden comedy, man. It has to be satire.
It's not, though, because if you look from their point of view, that makes perfect sense. And that is a perfect argument. Because the Bible is absolute perfection written by God. So how can you possibly think that it's wrong?
Okay, so
like, that makes perfect sense. It just turns out that that basis is wrong. That's the thing you have to convince them of, and that's not going to happen by anyone giving them evidence. Because they believe for reasons other than, like, confirmative evidence. They believe because they want to.
Yeah, and see, Ken Ham is falling victim to the sunk cost fallacy, but he literally has a sunk cost in the Ark encounter that he has to now make happen. So he has to keep it going, even if he literally understands that he's wrong. He still has to get that thing back up to in the black. You know, he's got to get his tax breaks to get that thing going, or he's screwed. So even if he knows he's wrong, he's still got to pretend like he believes that stuff so he can get his boat, up and running.